Hello guys, and welcome to another MK Mobile video. As you well know, yesterday I uploaded a video about the newest update in MK Mobile 2.2. It was very late yesterday when the update actually rolled out, so I couldn't really make a detailed review of it. I only made first glance review, so I just quickly went through the new feats of the game, and only today I had the opportunity to play some faction wars, which according to NRS has been improved. And oh boy, we had some issues with that improvement. But before I get there, let me quickly show you two things I forgot to show you yesterday, and these things are by far the best packs ever released in MK Mobile. I'm not kidding. The first pack is the level up pack, guys. For only $10 you can get 20 level up cards. This is the worst pack ever. Who will possibly spend $10 for 20 level up cards? I wouldn't. And the next best pack in the game, absolutely the best pack, it is the Diamond in the Roof pack. You can purchase only one of those for the price of $100, and this pack contains one random diamond card. You cannot even choose which one, and 3200 souls. Alright, I believe that this is a total disgrace. I don't know why they decided to do that. I don't know who is going to purchase one random, again, a random diamond card for $100. If they think that is going to be a successful pack, then so be it. I wouldn't buy any of those packs, so it is up to you to decide yourselves. I rest my case here. Alright, so let's proceed to the main topic of the video, and this is faction wars. Now, is it really ruined, guys? Actually, I was one of the people who wanted harder faction wars. However, the current state of faction wars isn't the idea I had. You know, there are people over there who want to play faction wars just for fun, and they want to grind, collect points and get rewards. They don't really want challenging battles. And I can completely understand them. However, there are other people like me who actually want to enjoy a challenge inside faction wars, because plainly grinding all day long is getting boring. What I wanted was a harder faction wars as a separate difficulty, where you get harder matches and better rewards, and this wasn't done. And on top of that, I have some issues with the current difficulty of faction wars. I believe there are some things that should be fixed by the developers in the next update. Hopefully the update will come by September 12th, because so many people are complaining, especially about faction wars. Unfortunately, even on Twitter I didn't see even one positive comment about the update. Anyways, so let's start with the problems with the current difficulty of faction wars. First thing first, the basic attacks. If the opponent blocks your basic attacks, he will 100% retaliate, and you cannot block his retaliation because it's physically not possible to block his attack. They just retaliate at the second your combo enters, your basic combination finishes. This is really some issue that needs to be fixed, because once it creates a new overpowered equipment, which is called any equipment that gives chance of unblockable basic attacks, and second, you really will have to rely on your combo enders. As long as you perform your combo enders, you're kind of safe. If you don't and the opponent is blocking, especially if the opponent is blocking, you're lost. So, speaking of that, we might be considering investing some points here in this talent. I believe that will be useful, because it will greatly increase your chances of performing and chaining some basic attacks combinations. Also, another thing, they said that the matchmaking has been fixed. Quite the contrary, it's not fixed, it is worse than ever. Let me quickly go to faction wars, and let's try to go to a quick battle. And oh my god, such a surprise, I'm fighting two fully maxed diamond characters and one useless gold character who is fusion 2 level 15. That's a great matchmaking. Let's check another thing. Let's check another matchup. Let's go to Fatal Battle this time. And who are we going to face this time? Oh my god, we are facing 3 maxed out diamond characters. Just look at Jade attack and Jade health, and look at my Ermac attack and my Ermac, especially the health. How is this battle fair? Not to mention that Liu Kang will probably kill my Kitana in the start, so from the beginning of the game I'll be 2 versus 3. And not to mention on top of that, that my Ermac X-Ray will take probably 1/3 of Jade's health. How is this fair matching? It is not. Which leads me to the other thought, which is that gold characters are almost useless now in Diamond Team. You know, I really hate playing full Diamond Team. I don't find it funny at all. I always want to combine Diamond characters with gold characters, and so I can build more versatile teams and actually make some gold characters work. Because at the moment when you get some Diamond characters, probably you'll start playing only Diamond characters, but I don't like that. I really want to feel that all characters in the game are in a way useful, and now I don't feel that because in this specific team, which I by the way actually reviewed, and you can find the review on the top right corner of the screen, currently the only point of Master Soul's Ermac is to somehow damage any opponent Diamond character so that I can kill him with special 2 of Shao Kahn. That's it. He cannot do anything else. He cannot really be relevant in this team. And more for Kitana, the only thing that she could possibly do is to power drain opponents. She cannot do anything else. So this leads me to the next thought of the biggest problems with this update in terms of faction wars, and it is that it would be very beneficial to build specific talent set for your teams now. For example, if I'm playing Shao Kahn team, fully X-ray focus team, I would like to invest some points in increasing my X-ray damage, or let's say investing some points that are X-ray related in some way in the talent tree set. Because faction war is quite hard, so if I want to dominate and if I want to be successful, I would like to take any advantage possible. Even if when it comes to advantage, it is all about investing talent points in specific talent set that nobody will ever use outside of an X-ray team. So I want to do that. But again, if I go to the talents, I can see that still I don't have a way to use, let's say, 3 or 4 preset talent sets, and then I can just select one of them depending on the team. So if I want to, let's say, play now Injustice 2 Raiden team, which is power drain team, I have to reset my talents, go and change my setup, so I can invest points in the weak point attack talent, which is very beneficial for Injustice 2 Raiden. But if I am to do that, that means first I have to spend souls, and second I have to invest time. And at the moment when I decide not to play power draining teams, then I have to reset the talents and do it again, which is very annoying. This is something that I want to be changed in the game for like years, but until now it hasn't been included in the game. If they include it now, with the current faction wars, it will greatly benefit the players. Okay, and the last problem with the current faction wars difficulty is that being successful requires good items. And you know, in the beginning of the game you don't have good items. So in a nutshell, the whole faction wars thing is not beginner friendly, unfortunately. This is my main concern. It is okay for me, but I have almost fully maxed account, but for new players it is a disaster. So let's go to the advantages, because I believe there's something good when it comes to new faction wars. And the first thing is that overall people will improve the knowledge of the items, teams, talent sets, because literally in the past every team would clear a hard battle without issues. So really you wouldn't care what item you put, you can just win that easily. Second advantage is that ranking higher in faction war season is now very easy. You can see I'm a Grandmaster and I don't really have a lot of points. I have some points like 600k. Before this update, 600k would be champion, nothing more than a champion. And the last thing, probably the last good thing about the new difficulty in faction wars is that diamond cards will start to matter actually. I'm not saying that before the update they were useless, they were very useful. However, when it comes to my perspective, I collected diamonds just to fill the roster, because I could finish a hard battle with any other character. But now, knowing that faction wars is harder, I would require diamond characters so that I can build better teams. Better teams that can really clear house faster than usual. And that's something important. So, in other words, faction wars in its current state is good for veterans and awful for beginners, unfortunately. So how to fix that? That's very easy in my opinion. Just add the current difficulty as an elder difficulty for Faction Wars, which will give better rewards. That's a must, it has to give better rewards. And you can leave the previous difficulty, the difficulty we had before this update, as a normal difficulty, so that people who really don't want challenges and people who just want to grind in Faction Wars can get easy wins. Okay, so without any further ado, I'm going to do a quick Faction Wars normal battle so that you can see what Faction Wars is about. Now, again, I'm going to use this team, which before the update was rocking. And by the way, I don't know what they did to Shao Kahn, but it seems that some items are giving 2000% power generation. I don't know how is that possible, but actually I have only 20% on top. So they added 1-0 in the end, I believe, or actually 2 zeros. Because if I go to my Ermac, for example, the Ermac will have 100%, and currently has Bloody Voodoo though, so it should be 125%, but it isn't, so it's totally broken. I don't know what's going on, but still another point to make. Yeah, equipment bonus 2500%. And the last thing I wanted to share with you, by the way, my Shao Kahn is totally maxed. I mean, maxed everywhere possible. You can see the defense is maxed, the victory stance is maxed, the taunts, the icons, backgrounds, and only the titles, because I couldn't really kill that many Raidens. He is really the embodiment of a maxed out character in MK Mobile. Before the update he was totally destroying everybody, one special 2 would kill anyone, but now this is not the case. And another thing I dislike about the current state of Faction Wars is that really sometimes it is so hard that one mistake will cost you the game, unfortunately. So I'm using my Ermac now so I can get this guy down on health, so I can possibly kill him with a brutality, but oh, he dies. That's very nice. And he stole the defense buff, which is unfortunate. Oh my god. Alright, I want to power drain him, and I want to use my X-ray on Quan Chi, really, because I feel he's more dangerous. Okay. No! Oh, I tagged him Ermac by mistake, I'm sorry. Alright. Alright, now it is time for the X-ray. And you can see how useless my other two characters are, guys. They're literally doing 0 damage. Except, of course, Ermac X-ray. Ermac X-ray did some damage. I'm going to give that fully. Now I need to gather some power and hopefully kill this guy with my special 2. By the way, oh my god, I misclicked again. By the way, I was curious whether they fixed Single Shrink. Please let me know in the comments, guys. I actually didn't use this item since the date, so I really don't know. Okay, so first battle is cleared. It wasn't that hard, definitely, but still harder than before. So, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say, guys, is that new Faction Wars is definitely harder. It requires more skill, more knowledge of the game, the interactions between characters, the items, the talents, everything. However, it is not impossible. You can do that. If you don't have any good items in the beginning, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be hard, but you have to remember that it is possible. And by the way, this is the new... oh my god, Johnny Cage is annoying. This is the new battleground, the Shansung Temple. It looks very nice, by the way. I'm not going to lie to you. You see, I equipped this Ermac with all possible items that increase damage in Faction Wars, and still he cannot kill Johnny Cage. Okay, I'm sick of this guy. I wanted to do brutality, but he tagged out. How convenient. By the way, I'm pretty sure that now I won't be able to kill Jax with my special 2, but I'm definitely sure that in the past I could do that. But probably I'll kill him now as well. Yeah, he dies. Alright. And again, I'm not sure that if I face Cold War team with this team, I'll be able to beat it. I'm not sure, guys, really. By the way, my biggest nightmare so far with this team was Spec Ops Scorpion. Spec Ops Scorpion was pain in the ass every single time when I faced him. Which wasn't an issue in the past, definitely. I hope that this Liu Kang won't kill me. Please don't kill me. Oh my god, this stun lasts for like 10 seconds, come on. And another thing, guys, when I used that Ermac in the past, I used a different item set. I actually didn't care about his items whatsoever. However, now I care a lot, because he needs to be relevant in the team, and the items I gave him made him relevant.
That the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper.
I cannot really compete with this Liu Kang when it comes to speed. You see, nothing I can do. He's just going to cripple me, and then I'm going to kill him, and then Catwoman Kitana will tag in and do something. Hopefully she won't kill me. No. Alright, because I have 2600% power generation, it's very easy for me to get to special 2 and kill the Catwoman, so everything is fine. We cleared normal battle. As you can see, guys, it is not that impossible. Definitely it's harder than before, but all you have to do is check your talents, check your items, make sure you have the right teams, then go to Factional War and assert some dominance. And I wanted to show you guys that even for me in the beginning it was kind of hard. You can see I lost on a couple of occasions. For example, here I lost to this totally legit guy. You know, every person who starts Enki Mobile names his account like hashtag $, hashtag F/C/. That was one of my first names, then I decided to change it. Anyways, so you can see this guy beat me with this team. I kind of underestimated him. It was very close, it was like neck and neck, by the way. You can see I had another defeat by a guy, Your Face Sucks, and then I defeated him a little bit later. Another defeat here to this guy, I hate everything about you. Very hard matchup, fortunately, because the Spec Ops Scorpion is so annoying and the Jade has a shitload of health. Nothing really, my Masters of Ermac couldn't do anything to her, unfortunately. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Mixed feelings about new Faction Wars. I really like that it is harder now, but I do believe that this new difficulty should be implemented as a separate level, so that people can choose whether they are going to harder Faction Wars with better rewards, or whether they want to stick to the original Faction Wars, which is easier, but the rewards are not that high. And on top of that, this week I'm going to release 2 new reviews of Dark Raiden and MK11 Jade, so stay tuned. Apart from that, a new video for the Jade Challenge will come definitely these days. So see you guys in the next video. Take care.
Perfect.